Good morning, Gotchi Gang. Coming at you with a new video. We have some more alpha, another drop coming from the ever shipping Aavegotchi team. Pixelcraft, obviously shipping. Alright, so let's get into this. We've got the farming release coming at us. This Wednesday, July 13th, we will actually have the Mumbai testnet release of this. So we'll be able to play with it, see how it's going to work, test it out on Mumbai. And then Wednesday, July 20th will be the actual farming release in the Gotchiverse. So what we've got going on here is the harvesters, reservoirs, and makers. So you know about the altars. We go to our altars every day to channel our gotchis and get our UBI, and that altar is also going to be used to verify your chain link VRF and give you a number of how much alchemica is in the ground of your parcel. And then you will be able to craft harvesters and reservoirs to tap into that. So the harvester will actually do the harvesting of your alchemica from the parcel, and then the reservoirs is where that alchemica will go to. So pretty interesting mechanic there. It seems like you're going to need both because the harvester will extract and the reservoir will hold. I don't know how that would work if you were just to put a harvester down, or is it just going to dump onto the ground? It may not do anything at all. But that's part of what this stress test is about, is to find out how all this is going to work before we actually have the launch. The maker is going to allow you to upgrade and craft more than one item at a time. What that means is, as we are, when you're upgrading, say you want to, right now all we have is altars and decorations, but when you want to upgrade your altar, you are either going to spend glitter to do it instantly, or you're going to be waiting the amount of time that it takes to upgrade that altar. Without a maker, while you're upgrading an installation, so when you're upgrading your altar, you wouldn't be able to upgrade, and maybe you won't even be able to craft any other items while you're upgrading. So you would get a maker so that while one thing is upgrading, another thing can be crafting. Or you can potentially have two things upgrading at the same time. It still leaves a lot of utility for glitter, because say you could use your glitter to cut down on the time and still start on something else. You know, at the low levels, you can spend a lot less glitter because things don't take as much time. But when it gets up to those higher levels, you know, like I just did a level 4 altar, and with 0 glitter, that took 8 days and 8 hours. So, and I took that whole hit. I was just like, all right, let's see, you know, like I didn't see any need to rush at the time. And now here we are. I'll be just in time for this farming release. Actually, it just finished, so I'm way in time. I could even maybe jump to a level 5 in time, but I've been saving my alchemica so that I can build. So I'm going to be able to start crafting and building right away, but I'm still going to be slowed down if I don't craft a maker instantly, which I probably won't because I'm starting on some humbles. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. But this is going to be really cool, and it is going to open up a lot of new mechanics. It's going to open up a lot of revenue flow with the alchemica. And the way this is going to work is, like I said, your harvesters will extract and your reservoirs will hold. And it seems, going over here to the Bible, so let's look at the harvester at level 1. It's going to give you 14 FUD per day, the FUD harvester will. And every 8 hours is when you can drain your reservoir, as it says. Let me click back and show you that right there. It says it here that you'll be able to check this every 8 hours. What that means though is, so this says 14 FUD every day, but your reservoir at level 1 can only hold 5. So you are going to want to drain this when it gets to that 5. And realistically, you're going to want to drain it as often as possible so that when you're not around, it can still be filling up. But it seems like to me, part of the gameplay is going to maybe be keeping your reservoirs up a level higher than your harvesters. And that way your reservoirs can always have some headspace to be able to keep filling. And you don't have to, potentially, it just stops at that point. I remember discussing this in a DAO call. Basically, once your reservoirs are full, it's just going to stop. Your harvesters will. That's the theory. So we will see how it actually works on the game. And a lot of this has been theory up until now, and we've just been, talking about it and trying to figure it out. And once it opens up, we're actually going to feel how it plays, and I'm sure there will be some DAO calls about that. So that's what we do, discuss, iterate, grow, update, keep moving. And the Pixelcraft team is always shipping. So this is exciting. I'm really excited about this. And I just crunched a little bit of numbers real quick. Just to get started, at level 1 with harvesters and reservoirs, you're going to want 1,470 FUD, 700 FOMO, 15 alpha, and 8 KEK. And that's going to get you all of your level 1 harvesters and all of your level 1 reservoirs. And then from there, the meta is going to be to upgrade your reservoirs first and keep those well leveled up over your harvesters. Makers are going to be very important for people with larger parcels. You're definitely going to want this because all that time wasted for upgrading, you're going to want all of your things going up at the same time. And this is also based on the level, how many things you're going to be able to upgrade at the same time. So you can see here at a level 1, you'll be able to simultaneously craft or upgrade 2 items. If you're on a spacious, you're probably going to want to be able to do a lot quicker because you might want all of your reservoirs upgrading at the same time, especially if you're not using a lot of glitter. If you're using glitter to instantly craft things, then you're all right, but that's still a lot of glitter to burn, especially when glitter is going to have so many other functions. So this maker is really going to save you glitter. That's kind of how I see it more than anything. Is this is a glitter saver. You could actually spend more time waiting to let things upgrade if you have one of these, because you're still going to be getting your Alchemica every day. It's just going to be that it's taking you longer to extract it from the ground. But if you want it quicker, you're going to spend glitter, or you're going to have a maker. And having a maker allows you to spend less glitter to get there. So really cool. And this is what we're looking at here. This is the recipe book. So you can go look at this and just see what everything we're crafting is going to cost you, run your own numbers, and figure out what you're trying to do. Some people might only go for one type of Alchemica. You might want to go hard on FUD and FOMO, because as you can see by some of these craftings, all the way up the FUD harvester, you don't need alpha. All the way up the FOMO harvester, you don't need alpha. So all the way up to KEK. So it's kind of one of these things where, depending how you want to play it and what you're trying to do, but it might make sense to, instead of doing all level 1s of every Alchemica, start off with just your FUD and your FOMO, because you're going to need a lot of that to build. So getting more of that up front is probably more crucial. So like I said, this Wednesday, we're going to have the testnet, and then 20th will be the real release. And what does this mean for you if you're not in the Aavegotchi ecosystem? Well, there's lending. And that is one of the coolest features of the Aavegotchi ecosystem and the whole game, is the fact that you can let people use your gotchis and your parcels, and you don't even have to do anything except set them up and let them go. Set your split, set your upfront cost and all that. You're going to be able to set access rights features on your parcels that will tell people what they're allowed to do on your parcel. Your scholars will know whether they can empty the reservoirs, channel from the altar, equip installations. It's all going to be micromanaged, where you can set it up ahead of time to say they can do this, they can't do that. That way you don't have someone go rogue and just build a bunch of craziness on your land. Or if you have a trusted scholar and you want someone to be your groundskeeper and even deal with the upgrading and all that type of stuff, this person will be able to do that for you via the lending contract and all of these access rights features. So really excited to see all this. Really looking forward to this. This is the next level of the game. This gets us one step closer to dungeons and missions or whatever we're going to be doing, quests. We also have our average alchemica per act. This is part of the Chainlink VRF role. This is going to tell you, this is our averages. So you're going to get somewhere around here. It is, you will not get lower than 20% of these numbers, and you could get up to 1.8x these numbers. So that is the luck factor right there. But these are the averages. This is what you can look at expecting to some degree within your parcels. And then based on how you level up your harvesters and reservoirs is how fast you're able to extract this. Now this is per act, and there are 3 acts in the farming launch of this game. So that is something to consider when running your long-term numbers. And there are lots of Aavegotchi tools that you can check out on Aavegotchi.com on the tools page. And there's so many great people in this ecosystem building great things every day, and I'm sure it's just going to get better and better. And I don't just mean Pixelcraft. I mean the entire ecosystem has some really interesting devs and builders and game designers and content creators. And talking about that, I am part of an organization called GMI, Gotchi Media International. We are going to be running the first Aavegotchi Guild Summit on July 16th. What perfect timing between the Mumbai testnet launch of farming and the full Gotchiverse launch of farming. Right there in the middle is going to be GMI Frens launching our Guild Summit. Come out, hang out. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be panel discussions by key members of Aavegotchi, including Jesse giving an IP workshop. We're going to have DAO members giving talks. We are going to have tool builders in the space talking about what they're bringing. And then, of course, the focus will be the Aavegotchi guilds, whether this be the gaming guilds or the wearable guilds, telling us what they're planning to do in this ecosystem over the next few months, the next year. We are planning to do this as a quarterly summit, and it's going to be very important to keeping the community peaceful and just, we're all friends here, but we definitely like to have these discussions. That's why the DAO call started. We like to talk about what's going on in the game and the ecosystem and keep everybody friendly and on the same page. And it's working out beautifully. The Aavegotchi community is very resilient. I've seen people have bad things happen to them, getting hacked and things like that. And we come together to take care of people. And that's also something we're going to be doing with the summit this week. We have raffles going on, and those raffles are to help out a fellow community member who'd been hacked, and just to raise awareness around all of these things and make new friends. So please join us July 13th for the Mumbai testnet of the Gotchiverse farming test launch, the stress test. Then join us July 16th after This is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. UTC. There will be Alchemical Spillover and the Gotchi Gang Hangout in the Gotchi Discord. Then we're going to jump over to the GMI Discord from 4 p.m. to whenever to run this awesome guild summit. I'll be there hosting with Hefe and Mycelium and the rest of the GMI Frens. And then July 20th, we will have the actual launch of the farming. And all of this is super exciting. Come to the blog to read up any more information you want on this. And I will also soon be doing a Chapter 4 Bible discussion, Gotchiverse Game Bible. I have not dived into Chapter 4. I've been reading it. I've been looking at it. It's really interesting stuff. And we've been so busy that I really haven't made any videos yet. And I'm sorry for that. But more coming. And be cool, people. Thanks. Gotchi Gang out.